Hello and welcome. So my last video was about when to shoot the Milky Way, and this video is all about how to find those epic locations to shoot it. This video will be a very detailed video, and I will be showing all the tools which I use on the computer or on the mobile phone to find those location, and I will be actually going to one of those location on a scouting trip. So this video is pretty long, so stay around till the end. So the number one tool which I use for initial scouting of location is the very popular Google Maps. So here I will be describing in brief of the few photos that I have already clicked and how I have actually found those locations. As most of the people know, I stay in central India, or I stay in a city called Nagpur. Now Nagpur has a unique advantage as it's surrounded by a lot of tiger reserves and national parks in all the direction. Towards the north we have the Pench National Park. Towards the west we have Bor National Park, somewhere around here. Towards the south we have Umred, Karandla and Tadoba National Park. So we have parks in all the direction. This is Bor National Park, which was I was talking earlier. So my thought process of finding location is, whichever city you live in, you should avoid going towards the north side of your city, as the Milky Way will always be either in the southeast, south or southwest direction depending on the month you are shooting. So you should avoid going towards north. If you are going less than 50 kilometers, or say not more than 30 kilometers, avoid going towards the north side, because then you will be shooting towards the city and the glow of the city lights will ruin your shot. So if you're not going that far from the city, you should always go towards the south of your city, so that there's no other big city in the vicinity in the south. Now my go-to location, as most of you know, is Pench, but Pench is a bit far from us. It's more than 80-90 kilometers. So I usually choose a closer location, which is Bor National Park, which is only 40 kilometers from Nagpur. So my thinking is that I just need the south sky to be clear. I don't care about the light pollution towards the north. This area is whole jungle. This is Bor Tiger Reserve, one of the smallest tiger reserves in India. So what we basically do is we go right to the edge of the jungle. As far as the road can take us, we find some random locations, like just say I can go till here as the road is here. And now we know it's all, nothing is there towards the south side. There's hardly any light pollution in this region. So if I shoot from here in this direction, I will get minimum light pollution. So one of my very good photos which I clicked, I can exactly tell you from where I have clicked it. So I can tell you exactly where I clicked one of my very good photos. So I just went somewhere in this region, as this road is accessible to everyone, even during the night. And actually, and the Milky Way was in the southeast direction, southeast direction during that time. So I just stood somewhere around here, and I knew there was absolutely nothing here for at least 20-30 kilometers. There was hardly any light in this direction. So I choose locations like this. Now most of my photos till now have some tree or a lake or something like that. I have never shot with a man-made structure or a big structures or something like that. So this season I wanted to try something different, or I rather want to try something different. So I had to scout for new locations. So during my scouting or during my initial survey, I have not explored this region much. So I came across this region, which has relatively clear south side, as there are jungles over here. So on just browsing around, I found this location, Bora, which has a newly constructed bridge, and it's become a very popular tourist spot. And this bridge is very well lit, and it's a very aesthetic bridge. So I thought, why not go over here and find some location on where I could frame the bridge and the Milky Way behind it. So I came across this hill, which apparently I could see we could climb, as it looked like it had a trek. We did not know for sure, but on inspection there were a lot of photos here of people, so I knew we could easily go over there. As you can see, there are a lot of photos of this location. So we decided, as the road was going till here, we could easily go up till here because this is a state highway. So we had to obviously go to this location during the day because going there at night and going climbing up for the first time is very risky and not advisable. So we had to undertake a scouting trip. So in this video, we actually went there a few days later after I found this location, and there's a vlog also right after this section. There's a vlog of my actually going there. So now we'll start the vlog. We took out a scouting trip to this location, and we were not sure what to expect because we had not been here much, and I have only been here years back, and I really don't remember much about this area. But this area is pretty dark, as this is a sangam of 5 rivers, the biggest river being Vainganga, which is a pretty long river and one of the longest in our region. And towards its south is the Umred Wildlife Sanctuary. This all is a tiger reserve. So this is a pretty dark area, and whatever the villages also over here are very small, and they have minimum light pollution as there are no industries over here, and it's just farmland and jungles. We decided to head out there on a Monday so as to avoid the traffic of this bridge, and you'll see how it went. And it's the season for Coldplay. So this is a perfect Sunday evening drive, afternoon drive, but actually it's a little bit on the hotter side for February. I think it's above 30 degrees, which is unusual for this time of the year, and it's very sunny also. 1 hour 21 minutes to our destination. I have chosen this location specifically to capture the Milky Way over the bridge. It's a very beautiful bridge, and it has become a tourist spot in our region. We have never been there. This is our first time going there, so we don't know what to expect. Hopefully it's a good spot.
तुम्हारा पूरा के बारे में जो एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा था ना, तुमने बहुत लेट बोले। पहले मैं बोला जो बोला है उसके ऊपर।
And Punekars are defending their city.
उसके ऊपर रिएक्शन दे देते कर क्या था?
So this is the chaos caused due to development, so-called development. They are making flyovers left and right.
पॉलिटिकल कंटेंट है क्या अपने चैनल पे?
But this will be one of the few vlogs on our channel which will be in sunlight, so you can see the reality of our city in all its glory. Tea breaks are important, so we have stopped for tea. Saurabh is our tea expert here. He can tell the quality of tea by looking at its color. It's very hot and sunny today. So now we have left the national highway and taken the internal road. I hope this road is good. We have been here on this road a few times, and this goes directly towards Gotangao Tiger Reserve. Gotangao Gate of Umred Karandla Tiger Reserve. Umred Karandla Wildlife Sanctuary, my bad. It's not a tiger reserve. It's just a wildlife sanctuary with a few tigers. Now the highway is totally empty. It's a single lane highway, but it's very good. Excellent quality tar road. So we have almost reached, and it's a bit of off-roading now, as you can see. So this is why it's important to come during the day to survey the location, as it would have been very difficult to go here. We have started our trek and we had no idea it would be so steep. And there's a Hanuman Mandir at the foot of the hill, and it's Sunday, so there's a program out there, so ignore the noise. Pratik here is not prepared, he's in slippers. So I think we are halfway to the top. It's a beautiful view out there, and Milky Way will be rising in that direction, so this should be a very good spot, but we still have to check the top. We have a beautiful ghost tree up here, and the beauty of this tree is it changes color according to the season. It can be little pinkish, white, and I don't remember the third color. Reason this forest here is all burnt. I don't know if it was natural or man-made. But as you can see, it's all burnt. It's very fresh, still burning. So there's a Shiv temple here at the top of the summit, which is very common in India. And this is getting a bit tricky now, and this part will be really tricky during the night. So we have reached the location where we want to shoot. Now the problem here at this location is actually there is no place to put the tripod. As you can see, there's hardly any level ground over here, and we'll have to adjust and make do with what we have. But we are wanting that bridge to come in our frame, which seems a bit tricky as the Milky Way will be over here. The bridge is over there, so we'll have to try a panoramic shot or something like that. And yeah, but it's a beautiful location, and we'll be shooting here very soon in the night. So now we are on our way back down. It should take us about half an hour, and the sun is going down. It's a location with water on all the four sides. This place is a sangam of 5 rivers, Vainganga being the biggest river over here, and there are 4 smaller ones. Now we don't see any wildlife activity here, but you can never be sure. We saw some claw marks on the way up, so we'll just stop down and investigate what they were actually. I don't think so it was a big cat or a predator, but we have to be sure. And it looks like they have been done by some Homo sapiens. So we have stopped for samosa And then after this tea is the most important.